I'm so proud that A Dog's Life is now sponsored and powered by Antinol. I've given green-lipped muscle to my fur family for over 15 years as part of the precautionary principle as learnt with the College of Integrated Veterinary Therapies. I switched to Antinol's Joint Care Pro a year ago, being so interested in its unique oil-based capsules, especially for Mr. Binks. He's taken green-lip muscle since I rehomed him, aged 2, 11 years ago, to support his long-term joint health, as green-lip muscle is species appropriate and bioavailable. Antinol is backed by 25 years of scientific research. Each 50 milligram capsule simply contains its patented active ingredient, PSCO 524. This is extracted from green-lip muscle. This is the highly concentrated oil that's ethically extracted and contains all known omega-3s, including ETA, EPA, and DHA. Mr. Binks's stride is strong. He's active and happy. His coat is like a mirror, reflecting a healthy metabolism that's supported by this powerhouse of omega-3. So go to Antinol's website today and grab your 10% discount simply using my code AnnaWebb. Hello, I'm Anna Webb, and welcome to A Dog's Life that's powered by Antinol. On this week's show, we're talking about doggy dancing, or canine freestyle, and why training your dog a sequence of tricks is arguably one of the best things you can do for your bond with you and your dog. Olga Jones, thank you so much for joining us on A Dog's Life.
Hi, Anna. It's real pleasure to join you. It's always good fun. I love your podcast, so it's great to be part of it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, flattery gets you everywhere, positive reinforcement and everything.
Absolutely.
so, so
We're
Olga,
all into positive reinforcement.
yeah, we certainly are. And obviously you're extremely good at it because you've got dancing dogs. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got dancing dogs. I've got Guinness World Record dogs, and yeah, they're also filming. They are very much into filming and other lots of fun activities. So yeah, we love doing things.
What took you in this direction?
It's my childhood dream. I always loved working with animals. Since I was a kid, I was always surrounding myself with animals. I was trying to train anything from dogs to cats to hamsters to even praying mantis. So I was desperate to work with animals. So it's kind of my childhood dream. I was followed the what my head was saying. I became a medical doctor, worked as a medical doctor, then was working as an NHS manager, and then lifetime, midlife crisis. I decided, well, actually, I always had a dream to work with dogs. Stop all that and just follow your dream. And that's how I sort of actually left medicine, left senior management, and moved fully into dog training.
Amazing. So did study dog training, or were you just using your experience as a
No.
child?
I was, there are it's unregulated sport, but I think you can't go into dog training without proper studying. So I've done a number of courses. I also worked with a number of mentors in the UK and in US. And I'm still working. I'm sort of learning every day. So no, it's very much I kind of um, feel I need to learn more. There is so much to learn.
I think that's right. I mean, everybody's learning every day, and every dog that you work with teaches you something new. That's the joy of it, really. So when did you get your first dogs as a grown-up?
Oh, as a grown up, my first dog was when I was 11. finally persuaded my parents to get myself a dog, and we did all sorts with her. But that was a while ago, and since I was as a grown up, I got my first dog about 10 years ago.
Yes, yes. And do you still have that dog now?
Yes, yes, Bonnie. Bonnie is lovely.
And what type of dog is Bonnie?
She's a Springer Spaniel. Actually, it was, I'm thinking, I said 10 years ago. It feels like 10, but actually it was 7 years ago. Bonnie is an English Springer Spaniel. She is a show type Springer, so she's unusual in that sense. She's much more calm and posed, and she's like a princess. Um, she likes being shown. She likes posing. She likes showing off her moves, and she doesn't like water. All Spaniels love water, but Bonnie doesn't.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, that's, an example of, not all dogs live up to their
Oh
main
no,
characteristics,
no,
So
absolutely.
so Bonnie obviously is a looker. I love English Springers. I grew up with English Springers actually. So they are lovely, lovely dogs. They do need a huge amount of exercise, mind you, but
Yeah.
that's all part of it. That's all part of it. But the doggy dancing aspect, and the Guinness Book of Records, it really interests me because,
Okay.
the Guinness Book of Records, I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, when I was young, there was a TV program called The Record Breakers.
Yeah.
I think it was Roy Castle that actually presented that. And it was this great children's, TV program that everybody watched back in the day when there would have only been 3 channels then in the
Mhm.
UK. So, TV had a much bigger impact in those days than it does now, and there's so many
Definitely.
different channels. Anyway, but it always fascinated me, the record breakers. How did you get interested in breaking records and working with Guinness?
Well, that was another childhood dream, actually, which I never thought I would be able to achieve. I always loved Guinness books. I remember I always was asking next Guinness book for my birthday, which is around Christmas time, so that was kind of really fitting really nicely. And I was always loved reading about people who achieving the records, and I was thinking, wow, what a special lot they are. It's all started about 3 years ago when we sort of attempted our first record um, with Simba and Bonnie. So I've got two dogs. Simba is a Border Collie and Bonnie is a Springer Spaniel. So we kind of decided, okay, well, let's do a plunge. I'm sure we can do something. And that's how we sort of started. One thing I found fascinating about the Guinness World Record, there are different types of records. In addition to kind of the biggest, the kind of the biggest dog, the biggest hare, there is lots of achievement type records. And I was thinking, actually, everyone has a talent. And if you really work hard and find something specific for you, then you should be able to, anyone should be able to if they work hard to have a good go at achieving Guinness record. And that was the kind of mindset I decided to attempt it. I also wanted to inspire, I've got two kids, they're now teenage kids, and I wanted to inspire them to kind of stretch themselves and try something new. So that's kind of was one of the sort of motivation. Let's work together, let's choose a few records and really work on them, and you'll be my assistants. So it was a kind of that sort of fun family kind of activity, essentially. And that's how we started. So we've currently got 6 Guinness records, two of them with two dogs, with Bonnie and Simba. There aren't that many of the two dog records, but I'm very passionate about it because I think actually it's hard to work one dog, but two dogs, they kind of give so much more additional things you could do. So yeah, it's again showing that every dog can achieve something. Even my Princess Bonnie can achieve a Guinness record.
Yeah, so what did Bonnie win the record for? What's
Um,
her secret talent?
so she is great working with Simba. She is quite competitive. So she is the one who's really thriving at two dog records. she needs a kind of somebody she could try to beat. So our first record was leapfrog jumps, where Simba and Bonnie were jumping over each other, taking turns. It's kind of quite complicated one, but at the same time fun because they jump in a different way. So, and the second one, which is the most recent one, is the footsie leg weaves, which is Simba was going into middle position, putting his feet on my feet, and Bonnie was doing leg weaves, like figure of eight weaves between our legs, joint legs. And that was great as well. So she needs something, a stretch, where she thinks, I'll do someone.
And that's no, that's oh gosh, I'm just picturing all this in my mind because I love that. I call it feet actually, where
Yeah,
my bull terrier does that, goes through my legs and puts her feet on my feet, and that's how we travel on the underground and the train, and when we're on platforms that can be busy. These skills
yeah.
really fit into normal life. That's what I love about training tricks, because this had to be the way for Prudence to be on a platform, because she gets so excited, and then she jumps around a lot and all the rest of it, and she's only a miniature, so she's at exactly
Mm,
the right height that she could trip people up, and
yeah,
she's built like a bolster, so I didn't want to have a lawsuit for somebody tripping up and breaking their nose or something. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So she has to be in this particular posture, as I call them, and she loves it, and she just defaults to it, and of course it gets her loads of attention. So it works on many levels. It's brilliant. But
Totally.
so you've got your Springer Spaniel going through in a weave, going through your leg, and is the test then also to weave round and go round the back legs of your collie?
No, 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 because Collie's legs are on my legs. So we're taking steps forward together with Collie, like, your footsie walk. And Bonnie is weaving, like doing normal leg weaves, but with between my legs, with the dog's legs, feet on my feet.
No, I get it. So it's basically a two-leg weave, but it's four
Yes, it's
legs.
two leg weave, but with the extra dog involved.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's so funny. And I guess you've got to. That's very nice of your colleague to let her weave through and really enter her personal space.
Yeah, I think and I think that's what you need to when you start doing two dog tricks. You need to obviously look that dogs are comfortable with each other. They love working together, and mine too are. They are a great team, and that's why I feel actually it's a fun thing for us to do. You always, I think, need to look at your dog, what they love doing, what you enjoy doing, and then choose the record to fit you and your dog, so it's not everything fits all. But I
Mm.
think that's the beauty of the records, because there are so many of them. You really can, if you go to a website, type your ideas, and also look at the previous books and search, you will see so many ideas. And yeah, I'm sure everyone can choose something.
No, it's lovely. It's kind of quite old-fashioned in a way in this age of technology and artificial intelligence, doing everything for us. It's like going back in time, where you can invent your own challenge and then bring it to life and win a Guinness Book of Records. I mean, is it called the Guinness Book still, or is it just the Guinness?
No,
Guinness.
yeah, so there are two types of records there. Those that are already set within the established record. So you can either beat the existing record and set a new time, or you can propose a new record that you think would suit you. And some records Guinness team will accept, and some not. They've got very robust screening process. It's have to be safe. It has to be different from others, and so on. But so there are two types of records. You can either beat the existing record or propose your own. It's called Guinness Book of Records. And actually, they've got their 70th year's anniversary on the 27th of August. And they nudged me saying actually they've got some really exciting stuff coming up on 27th of August. So there'll be they are launching lots of new things.
Like what
So,
exactly?
oh, I don't know. It's kept under wraps, so it's a secret. So I think we'll just need to have a look at their website on 27th.
No, it's funny. It reminds me a very, very long time ago. Yeah, I was involved in, it was a Guinness record. It was for the loudest bark.
Yeah.
I went up with my first bull terrier Moles because she had a really good bark. And obviously she, would bark on cue,
Hmm.
which all the dogs had to that joined in. So off we went. It was in Finsbury Park. I know. So Moles got on BBC Breakfast because it was covered. They've got there were all these
Hmm.
cameras and everything. It was hilarious. Yeah, it was funny. I missed it actually. I missed it. I just got all these messages suddenly going, Molly's just been on BBC Breakfast barking. It was so funny, but she didn't have the loudest bark, but they had a barkometer. So we had to bark it very specifically into an area. It was like a sound dial. What is the word I'm
Hmm.
thinking of? Hers went up, but then another dog did beat her. So there was like a barometer for the
Yeah.
the bark, which that was kind of mad. That was sort of my first experience of the loudest bark or whatever
Yeah.
it might be. But yeah, but you also do a lot of film work, I believe. And
Yeah, we do.
yeah, so what's the most, I mean, can you reveal, what's been the most exciting film? Have you been on a film set that,
Um,
might impress?
we've done lots of interesting things. I mean, most of our work is the various commercials, and there is currently lots of commercials with both Simba and Bonnie circulating. But I think probably the most memorable for me were when Bonnie was playing her role in Royal Opera House in Marriage of Figaro last year. She actually had a role and went on stage, and it's always was so good. She loves attention, so she was really thriving in that environment. And it's such an awesome environment to be for me to be and actually see those talented people behind the stage, how the kind of opera production works, going to rehearsals. So for me, that was uh, absolutely a fascinating experience.
Oh my gosh, that must have been amazing, Olga.
It
So
is.
so where were you? In Covent Garden.
Yes, yes,
Mm,
that's the famous Royal Opera House. It was just
mm.
it's jaw-dropping experience, when you go. So before the audience fill the hall, when you go on stage, we were all going on stage to practice. Oh wow, that the view was just like fantastic. And
Yeah.
cheekily practice a little bit of our dog dancing there, and that was fun. Um, so that was one. And then the other was Simba. Again, it wasn't strictly filming experience, but we were taking part in Cheltenham Literary Festival as a part of the Guinness World Record book launch with Simba. We did a little Star Wars themed performance. Simba was doing the fighting the lightsabers with me on the stage, and also had a little battle with the Craig, the editor of the Guinness World Records book, and that was fun. And then we after that we went to Waterstone's shop, and we were signing books, and Simba was sitting alongside Craig, the editor, and was signing books as well. He is very good actually signing books. He holds the pen in his mouth and was signing the Guinness books. So that was again really cool experience, very different from the usual filming set, but very memorable.
Well, that sounds really fun. So just going back to the opera, which opera was it?
It was
Which,
Marriage of Figaro.
oh, so does that really have a dog in it?
Yes, it was a dog that was a hunting dog. That's why Bonnie, as a Springer Spaniel, was fitting in.
And what did you have to do on stage? Because
Um,
because that's quite a big deal because everyone's having to really focus on singing, because obviously opera doesn't have any music with it. So, they've got to have the voice. You know what I mean? I mean, how
yeah.
brilliant. And then I bet the audience wasn't expecting Bonnie to appear. So I can imagine it was really fabulous.
Yes, and I think that's what I love about Royal Opera House. They actually do use animals quite often, real animals in their productions. So they kind of they use horses, they use real birds sometimes. And
Wow.
Yeah, so they kind of quite creative and innovative. They really try to make something sort of special out of each performance. It was also nice they kind of filmed Bonnie behind the scenes and posted it on their social media, kind of a life of Bonnie, and how she's sort of preparing for her performance. Um, yeah, she also played a bit of piano behind the stage in the practice room, which was again little fun for everyone. So it was great.
And
Um,
did you go up there every night, you know?
yes, we were at the performance time. We were going every night.
Well, that must have been really good because I mean, that must have had a fairly decent run. So, you know, that was kind of, you know, Bonnie employed for, like a whole season almost.
Well, it was a week, and obviously we had the rehearsals because they changed the performances, so they changed the operas. But yeah, that was great, and it was really nice to kind of when people were coming out of the theatre and then they're spotting Bonnie and the kind of it was almost like paparazzi moment where people were surrounding. Oh, please, please, can I take photo with Bonnie? She was on stage. She was awesome, and that was really nice. And I said because she loves that attention, she really thrived at that. Some dogs don't like the being spotlight, but she does.
Yes, yes. No, how lovely. A very proud moment, I'm sure, for you. So, what have you got up next?
Oh, currently, well, we're preparing for a few more records. I'm sort of hoping to maybe get to 10 by the end of this year, which is obviously a good stretch. The next record we are wanting to try to attempt has been standing for unbeaten for over 10 years. So this will be a tough one.
Can you
Um,
mention what it is?
oh, no, no, not
Okay.
yet.
Right. Oh gosh.
Um, and the other things we obviously we've got quite a lot of filming still happening, that sort of ongoing things. But also with Simba, we are part of Team GB in dog dancing, so we got through to craft semi-final qualifiers for both freestyle and heel work. So the qualifier itself will be in January, where there will be 10 best dogs for both heel work and freestyle will be selected to perform at crafts. So that's the kind of really next big focus for us to bring our heel work dance to the kind of that crafts level and our fun freestyle dance as well to crafts level.
No, that's amazing. So, at Crufts, is it done then by country? So, obviously, if you're Team GB, is there Team France? Is there Team Germany, and all the rest of it?
There are at crafts for heel work to music. There are 3 days of competitions in the main arena. So the first day is heel work, which is only UK based dogs. So 10 top 10 UK dogs would go and perform at that competition. So we were performing with Simba Arabian dance in March this year, first time in the at Crafts Arena. And that was a very good experience for both of us. He was the youngest dog of he was just 3. So it was really good, positive experience for him, for me, and very much fired us for the next year. So that's the first day is heel work. The second day is UK freestyle, where top UK freestyle dogs compete. And the winner chosen to represent UK at the final day, where there is international freestyle international, where the international competitors would come all over the world to compete.
So, you've never ventured into agility or flyball?
I tried agility. I took agility because Simba comes from a breeder with amazing agility lines. You've got the Team GB in agility and champions, world champions, and etc. So I kind of wanted to give him that opportunity, but I saw him, he gets quite excited and barks. And obviously, when he dances, he needs to be much calmer framework from mindset. And I don't believe we will lose marks if you start barking. So I kind of, on balance, I decided well, actually my passion is more in dancing rather than agility. And flyball, it's not my thing.
No, no, I know. I do get what you mean. I mean, it's yeah, the fly ball. I mean, it's great. It's great. I get it. I get it.
It just fits some dogs, but so for me, I kind of felt that more measured thinking, activity that both us can involve equally, that actually would suit us better. So that's why, Guinness is perfect because it's a challenge for both of us. Dog dancing is exactly the same, is very much um, kind of joint creative activity. And it's interesting when people say, "Oh, dancing dogs, what it looks like," um, and I always have to explain. Actually, dog dancing is like doing tricks. It's a well choreographed routine of linked tricks that fit the music. But importantly, the dogs needs to enjoy it because and see it as a fun activity because in the competition arena, they have to perform for 4 minutes without any rewards, without any toys, and actually enjoy it. For it to look good, they need to love it. So for us, is all of the dog dancing is very much like a game we play. And when I say, "Oh, Simba, let's go dancing," he would run. It's like, "Oh, yes, yes, okay." And so is Bonnie. Bonnie loves dancing too, but we dance more slower dances with her.
Yes, yes, I know that's the thing. I mean, the collie is such a trainable dog, but it is keeping that drive, I guess, with a collie under control. But when it's done elegantly, I love canine freestyle. I mean, I've
Yeah.
done it myself with a bull terrier many many years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
Yeah, we did that. We went to the proper canine freestyle shows and did all of that. But you can't rely on a bull terrier. I mean, but that was the whole part of it, you see. So I didn't
I
really
think
take
that
it
make
super seriously. I just wanted to prove that you could do it with a bull terrier. So I think we are still the first, the one and only ever to have done it, which is great. I love that, but I don't have the time now to
yeah,
do it. It's not something I really do anymore. But it's wonderful. It's my favorite sport, but it takes a huge amount of work. I mean, a huge amount
yeah,
of work,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
far much more work than agility, because agility, they know the obstacles,
Yeah,
so it's just about you really guiding your dog at maximum speed and efficiency around that course. The dog actually knows what to do already because he sees the tunnel, so he gets it. The tunnel,
yeah,
it's the A-frame, I get it, I've got to do this, and it's the weaves, I've got to do these. So in a way, you've got your cues already mapped out. You've just got to
yeah,
navigate the course on the day. But doggy dancing, it's much more difficult because you don't have those props.
yeah,
And then, and you've got an audience and you've got to keep your dog's focus, as you say, without any food on you or toys. It's a big challenge. So I actually think it's the most skillful sport, and shows a really massive bond between the owners and their dogs. There's one girl on Instagram. Oh gosh, and she did a routine to flash dance. And it
mhm,
was, oh my God, and it's with a collie, and the precision with that collie moving to the different beats. And then at the moment where the collie, and she's obviously does ballet, and
mhm,
that, I think that helps as well if you
yeah.
are a dancer and so on. And she's got legs that come up to her armpits, and basically she does this huge flying jump and
Oh, wow.
splits in the air, and then her
Oh,
dog
you're
does
talking
the,
about Ronnie Sagi from Israel.
is that who it is?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is awesome. She was runner up in America Got Talent this year, and I really like Ronnie. She is very inspirational person, and yeah, it's one of the people I was learning from. Yeah, as we were talking about who you were. Uh,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
Ronnie is great.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think, and it really does epitomize, the precision and
Yeah.
the teamwork that goes on. But no, Olga, this sounds great. Well, please come back and give us an update on these Guinness records that you've got planned, and update us on the latest launches that's coming up on Guinness next week. And I think it's great that you love all of that. I think it's really, really healthy, and dare I say it, a bit old school, but that's a massive compliment, because you're doing
Yeah.
things in the real world with your dogs, and that's what really counts.
Yeah, I'm not. Before we go, I just wanted to touch on trick training because I think it's foundation to all of the dog dancing, and lots of people find kind of taking a plunge into dog dancing quite overwhelming because there's a music, choreography, and I mean, people say, "Oh, I'm not a dancer." So I'm very much into. I think the tricks is a great entry to everything, and um, teaching dog tricks is, I mean, everyone is doing it without realizing. I mean, you teach every dog to sit down, wait, and etc. And these are tricks. And the more tricks dog knows, the more is your kind of joint shared vocabulary, the bigger is your joint shared vocabulary. So yeah, I'm very, very passionate about tricks. And once a year, I run international trick dog competition. Um, so it's currently open. We've got first task of tricks with recyclable plastic. So it's one of those things where dogs could use like plastic bottles and etc. You don't need to spend any money to actually do tricks. You can use everyday stuff around you to uh, attempt doing tricks. So yeah, it's this competition is usually attracts the top teams worldwide. So if anyone is interested, very
So where
welcome.
does that happen, Olga? Is it online or
It
is
is
it?
online. It's you can have a look at Dog Talent Association, which I'm director of, and so we run international trick dog competition for a number of years already. So yeah, and I think one thing about recycling, uh, the I'm actually very passionate about recycling and dogs. When people see dogs doing recycling, that always encourages them to recycle too. Um, One of actually our records is Simba putting recycled recycling bottles into a bin, plastic bottles into bins. That's one of our Guinness records. And when we go for a walk around the park, and he loves spotting bottle and running to nearest bin and tidying it up. And so many times I saw a group of people sitting and spotting dog grabbing the bottle, putting in the bin, and then they kind of spontaneously go and join them and tidy up together. And I think that's the power of dogs, how they can inspire people even without a word to do something good.
Mm,
And that's why, in a way, was the kind of the motivation for the first task of this competition this year, um, to kind of encourage people to actually see there are so many things you could do with a plastic bottle before you recycle it. So it's my passion is reuse and then recycle. So hopefully that would not just kind of encourage more people to try doing tricks, but also encourage people to recycle more.
no, definitely. Well, it's a brilliant trick. I've got that with Prue, to throw bits of paper all over the floor, scrunch them up and then get the dog to pick up the ball of paper and pop it into the
Yeah.
waste paper basket. It's always a good party piece.
Oh,
Uh,
definitely.
but yeah, so that's great. So what's the website again for people to get involved with the trick competition, Olga?
It's dogtalentassociation.com.
Okay, brilliant. Brilliant. Well, we'll put that link in the show notes for people to have a look and to enter. That sounds extremely exciting, actually. And I'm all for trick training. I think it's brilliant. Although it doesn't, override. It can build the focus definitely between people, but you need to have a dog with the right temperament in the first place,
Yeah.
really, to go and handle competitions. Noise sensitive dogs tend not to like the arena environment so much.
That's why it's the online competition where you can film at your own home. It's actually open to everyone. You can film in your home. And actually, we have every year, one of the things about I love encouraging dogs with disabilities to take part in the competition. We always have a separate class for dogs with physical limitations. We always have deaf dogs, blind dogs, or dogs with missing limbs taking part. So even if you've got dog with chronic conditions or disabilities, deaf, deaf and blind, you still can do tricks. And so you can take part in the competition. If you've got a reactive dog, absolutely, you still can do tricks. And if you film it at your own home, at your own time, and I think that's what's special about doing tricks. You don't have to go to competition to do tricks. With dog dancing, yeah, absolutely, you have to go into that sort of high charge environment. Trick competitions you can do from your own home, and you feel can still feel achievement by
Mm.
by growing with your dog. So
No, it's brilliant. No, I love that. I might have to enter it myself.
join
um,
it. We never had bull terriers, so that will be
no,
the first one.
doesn't surprise me. But Olga, thank you so much, honestly, for joining us today. I've really enjoyed it. I love doggy dancing. I mean, it's just great. I do sort of like shout out a bit about how people need to do more with their dogs. I mean, we're living in an age, unfortunately, where a lot of people don't even walk their own dogs anymore, and we won't
Yeah.
go there now.
No.
So I think to champion, spending time and effort with your dog and bringing out their potential is exactly what A Dog's Life aims to achieve, Olga. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much. And it was such a pleasure to talk to you.
Well, that's our show. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, go on, rate and review the show wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again to Olga Jones for joining us today. And all the links, including to her trick challenge competition, are in the show notes. Thanks, of course, to Mike, my producer, for all the music and production as ever. And don't forget, for Antonol, for joints, skin and coat, use my discount code. It's really easy. It's just Anna Webb. Bye for now.